Friends, happy Tuesday. I'm here live on Instagram and I'm going to go live on Facebook too. I just need a box to rest my computer on because I'm sitting in front of the fire. It's chilly in Chicago today. Just not bad actually. It's going to get a lot colder, I'm sure, but bear with me 1 second. If you're here, let me know where you live, if you can hear me. Going live on Facebook on my computer. So this is a great setup. Here we go. Okay, live on both. Hi, everyone. So behind, let me see what you said. But so glad I'm catching this live. Great. So glad you're here, Deb. Don't start your day saying that you're behind. No, don't do that. Okay, hopefully you can hear me on Facebook too. Let me know if you can hear me over there. So this is I pop on every Tuesday and do a live and answer your questions about mindset and manifesting. I get so excited about this work. Sorry, it's not really, it says it's not receiving on my Instagram. Oh, good. Hi, Kimberly. So glad you can hear me. Is it receiving okay here on Instagram? Hi from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Great. Okay. Hi from Illinois. Awesome. Okay. If it's not receiving, I'll move back into my office instead of here in front of the fire. But right away, you guys can leave any questions about mindset and manifesting, but let me answer some of the typical ones that I get every single day. A lot of people ask for how to manifest something that I think is usually simple guidance. Like, how can I know which town I'm going to move to? How can I know which job is the right one? How can I, manifest this certain thing? And often I reply back to people and I go, well, listen to your heart. Have you dropped in lately? Like I call a meditation a drop in. Have you asked for guidance? Have you connected to your source, whatever you call that, God, the universe, whatever? And dropped in and really asked your heart? Because I can't tell you which job to pick or which town to move to. You can. You are the master of your experience. And I think that we underestimate the power of our own guidance and of our intuition, right? And so it's available to us all the time, but we haven't conditioned ourselves to listen to it. So let me know if you guys have some questions. So the other thing that here's one. My biggest question would be, how do I get myself to believe and move beyond the doubt? Oh, such a good question, Kimberly. So I have been coaching some teen athletes and some teams, and I have this one program called the Anatomy of a Championship Team. And the Anatomy of a Championship Team is about this formula I created, P plus M plus E equals B. Okay, let me explain. The physical experience plus the mental experience plus the emotional experience creates the belief that you need in order to manifest. So my biggest question would be, how do I get myself to believe and move beyond the doubt? You're right to focus on that because we create to the level of our beliefs. We cannot create beyond something that we believe. We create to the level of our beliefs. So it becomes a game of building belief. So how do we build belief? I share this with the women in my course and in my inner circle all the time. When it's a game of building belief, we have to be our most confident self. Our most confident self is that person who's showing up and doing what they say they're going to do, who's pushing their limits daily, who's stepping into the certainty of the next vision that they have of who they are. So I build belief in myself by working out every day, by challenging and pushing myself, by doing things that sometimes I don't want to do because I know that it's going to build my confidence and my belief, like cold plunges and, hard workouts and doing what I say I'm going to do. Really, because when we start showing up and doing what we say we're going to do, we're not only proving it to ourselves, but we're proving it to the universe. So the universe is going to meet us halfway, right? So we have to build belief. In the Anatomy of a Championship Team, I teach teams how to build belief, in themselves so that when they are in that flow state and playing, there is nothing that can stop them. So when I was younger, I didn't think of myself as athletic. My sisters and my brother were all very athletic, and I was not. I was like the musical theater girl. And when I went through my 20s, I started working at a health club, in the restaurant, and then in aquatics, managing the pools eventually. And I started getting into working out, started watching people running races. And I was like, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I run a race? Can I run a marathon? The entire time I could have physically run a marathon. Of course, I had to train my physical body, but I had to get there in my mindset in order to get there in my physical body. I had to get there in my mindset first in order to experience it in my reality. And so I had to do the mental training just as much as I had to do the physical training. Make sense? So I ran one race and I built my belief, and I ran another race and I built my belief, and I went and watched marathons. Isn't it the best thing in the world to watch marathons? You see people who are, older than you, younger than you, bigger than you, smaller than you, and they're all doing it. And that builds your belief in yourself doing it. So I watched marathons, I did races, I trained, I did the mental training, and pretty soon I was like, I'm running the marathon. I signed up for the marathon for my 30th birthday. And by that time, I had built so much belief that I was like, I could break a leg, I could get hit by a train, and I will finish this marathon. I had so much certainty in the belief that I would finish that there was no stopping me. Never, not a chance. That's the level of belief. So, who was it? Kim. How do I get myself to believe and move beyond the doubt? We need to give no energy, attention, and focus to the doubt, and all our energy, attention, and focus to belief. Surround yourself with other people who have done what you want to do. Push yourself and challenge yourself. Build your self-confidence. Use affirmations to drill it into your subconscious mind. All of those things can help you. But whether, Kimberly, this is like belief in your career, in your ability to make money, in your ability to get in the best shape of your life, even if it's a belief in your relationship, getting to a place that you want it to be, no matter what it is, you can build that belief and then create from there. Make sense? But you have to believe it beyond anything else, right? So the most recent manifestation that I have is I really wanted my next book to be published by a traditional publisher, one of the top tier publishers. And that was a huge stretch for me. Huge stretch beyond anything I could have ever allowed myself to believe a long time ago. So I had to believe. I had to decide. I had to pour into it. I had to work at it for a long time. It wasn't easy to go from a self-published author, from no author, to a self-published author, to a traditional publishing house publisher. And I really, really wanted Hay House because I had seen Hay House authors speak on stages for decades. And I dreamed about it. And I saw them and I thought, I want to be that. I can do that. But I need to raise my level of belief in it, lower my self-doubt, raise my belief. And so I did the work. I did the affirmations. I challenged myself. I pushed myself. I coached all the time. I wrote. I read all the testimonials of people saying this work changed my life. That helped build my belief. I surrounded myself with other people who were authors through traditional publishing houses and was like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. They're no different than me, right? And it's been maybe 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I got an email after submitting, after doing all the action. It takes all the action, right? That I got an offer from Hay House for my next book. Like, holy shit. I had to have that level of belief and lower my self-doubt in order to create that. And it's 100% in our control, 100%. Even when I really believe and stay high frequency, but sometimes I have low days and I feel scared thinking that that will slow down my manifestation or reset it. What's your take on that? So it's an easy fix. You get back into the vortex. I call it the vortex. You get back into flow. You get back up to that high frequency. If you're going, oh, and then I get down and then it resets my manifestation, you're placing an order. It's just too important. You can't do that. So you reset, you reach to joy, you do things that you love, you shake it off, you put on some music, you go into gratitude, whatever it takes, but you come back to the high frequency and the place of alignment with your dreams and desires. Does that mean we're not going to have low days? Of course not. We're going to have low days, but that just means that on the low days, we know to shake it off. So speaking of the teams that I'm coaching and the teen athletes, like it's all about shaking it off, right? I just saw that Roger Federer reel that I'm sure some of you have seen that he says, you know, I've won 80% of the games that I've played, but I've only won 54% of the points. And why he is such a pro is because this is in his own words, he can shake off the errors faster than most. That's what separates the top 5% of athletes from the rest, is they can recover from an error faster. They don't explode. They don't get down on themselves. You know, sometimes athletes, you know, like they do like a big, like, you know, because they want the crowd to know that they're disappointed in themselves. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. When you have a bad moment, when you have a bad day, you shake it off. You don't hand over your well-being to it. You know that you're stronger than it. It all comes down to mindset. It all comes down to error recovery and shifting to your new story, coming back to who you really are, right? So last week I hosted this new story workshop, webinar workshop, and there was 222 women who signed up for it. Really, that was the number. That was the number that I told my team that we would get, and that was the number that we got, 222, 100% exactly like I had set the intention for. And these 222 women came to this workshop to write a new story. And this work was about the deep root stories. Like when I was mentioning, you know, I was younger and I was not an athlete. My sisters were and my brother was and I was not. There's a deep story there. There's a deep rooted story of I'm not an athlete. I'll never be an athlete. I can't get ahead athletically. Like that's not meant for me, right? I'm not enough how I am. And there was a deep rooted story of I'm not an athlete that played out in my life for way too long. Even while I was being incredibly athletic, I had this story that I'm not an athlete. And so it took a long time, a long rewrite to rewrite that story because I was unaware of it for a long time, because I didn't know about new story writing for a long time. But now I am an athlete. I compete in athletics right now at 55. just won a paddle tennis championship tournament the other day. Like, I am an athlete. And so I had to rewrite that story. So 222 women came together. We rewrote our stories and we did the deep inner work. The other thing that I wanted to say, and I'll get to some of your questions soon, I have like 10 or 15 more minutes, is the number one thing that people, most of the questions that I get in my stories every day is about like, how do I manifest this one thing? How do I manifest my ex back? That one I get a lot, and it shakes me to my core, because first of all, you don't want someone back who is not wildly, madly, passionately in love with you. That's number one. And number two, we can't manifest for someone else. We can't manifest someone else's experience, but we can manifest within a relationship an improved relationship. So we can't manifest someone back, but we can manifest a better relationship with someone if we hold that general end result. Does that make sense? Comment yes in the chat if it does. So people say, how can I manifest my ex back? And it breaks my heart, because what you are wanting is to be in relationship with someone who adores you. You're wanting to be a part of an unshakable team. You're wanting a mutually beneficial, connected, loving, kind person to experience life with. And that you can have. But you can't have it with a specific person who doesn't want the same with you. So what you need to focus on is that end result that you desire, which is to be in a loving, adoring, beautiful relationship, and to be a part of an unshakable team, and to really experience life with someone who moved my phone and it disconnected. I won't touch it. So that's an interesting question that I get literally every day. I get a lot of DMs about, how do I manifest my ex back? How do I manifest this one thing? I need this one job. I need more money to pay this. So that is called manic manifesting. I don't teach manic manifesting. Can I help you? Yes, but I don't have time to like coach individually every person that messages me. And it would be surface level manifesting, and we don't want to do that. What we need is foundational level manifesting. So foundational manifesting that I teach is literally all of the foundation that you need in order to manifest your dreams and desires. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of tools, and it takes a lot of rewiring of your habits and patterns and rewriting of your old stories. Because otherwise you're just manifesting something on top of a weak foundation. You're manifesting something and you don't have the foundation in order to keep it or to manifest again or more. So I teach foundational manifesting right now. So you know, I have a 5-month group coaching container for women only. You get 2 of my courses, my Manifesting Mastery course, and I put the Manifesting Mastery 8-week course up front because I want you to get big wins right away when you come into this work. I want you to learn the foundation. I want you to understand the new reality formula. I want you to get these 5 power tools and apply them and start getting massive results. And then after we lay that foundation of Manifesting Mastery, we go into the Next Level Life Experience. The Next Level Life Experience course goes deeper. We do the Byron Katie work. We do Enneagram work. We go deeper into relationships. We go deeper into mastering manifesting in a different way, advanced manifesting, and into maintenance, how we can maintain all of this. Once people graduate from that 5-month group coaching container, they have an opportunity to come into my inner circle. So in that 5-month group coaching container, we have 2 live group calls with me like this, but I deliver content. We do the work on the calls, and we come together in like breakout rooms and get to know the other women we're doing this with. And there's time for Q&A every time. So there's 2 live group coaching calls with me per month in the 5-month group coaching container. And this is the last time you can join it before the end of this year. So I'm not offering this next month, only to the end of this month. And you can, I think when this is over, you can comment the word holiday and I'll send you a link, because this will help you get through these holidays. People always think, oh, I can't join a program right now. I don't have time. Now is when you need to make the time. Now is when you need to lean in and when you need all the tools, because the holidays can be hard. They can be stressful. We can hand over our well-being to them, even though we're trying not to, because we have these old habits and patterns that have not been reshaped and we don't have any tools to meet them, these old habits and patterns where they're at. So you can comment the word holiday after this is over. And we can, you can also go to my link tree on my main page, and I'll share the link to, for the details. So the 5-month group coaching container, this is the last time it's available, and it's only $1,111. So it's the most affordable that I've ever offered it. For that $1,000, you get 10 group coaching calls with me. You get a community, you get 2 courses, and you get the accountability to finish this work. Not to mention, at the end of the 5 months, if you complete the entire 5 months, then you get on a one-on-one call with me. All of that for $1,000, and you can start for only $111. $111 is what you put down, and then you pay $250 a month. So we've made the payment options really low and affordable, so it's a hell yes for the right women who are really ready to transform their life. So Vanessa and Eugenie and Beth, I see you commented holiday. I'll come back and share the link with you after this, but it doesn't trigger sending you the link while I'm on this call. But let me know if you have questions, friends. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go to paddle tennis soon. Thank you for all these kind words. So, can you please give me a practical tool for when the fear turns into anxiety? So we have to rewire that, right? We have to write a new story about anxiety. And we have to stop beating the drum of anxiety, because anxiety is a state of mind and it creates a physical experience in the body. Yes, but it is a state of mind. And so we have to write a new story about anxiety, and we have to write a story about what's the truest and most beautiful story that I have about my anxiety is that I overcame it. I am stronger than it. I use it to fuel me now. I look at it as excitement instead of anxiety. I listen to my body compass, and I know when I need to pause, when I need to breathe, when I need to reset. That's what my anxiety does for me. And then it helps me shift back to my best self. We have to start there, because this is all a deep-rooted story, and it's a habit and pattern that we've created, and we need to change it at its root. Make sense? I try to be positive with all I'm manifesting, but sometimes I doubt if it's really going to last. And when I think I also have pain in my upper shoulders, okay, well, if you doubt that it's going to last, then it's not going to last. You can do that briefly, but your belief in that it's going to last has to override the doubt that it's going to last. When you have more belief than doubt, when you have more certainty than disbelief, you will manifest and create. And the key is to be okay no matter what, to be okay during, to be okay while it's not here yet, because that's how you call it in, right? Eugenie says, I was in your training last week. It was amazing. I'm so glad. And Heather says, I'm in the course. Do it. Yay, Heather. And by the way, Heather, I saw your email and I'm going to reply to it. Thank you so much for sending. I love your question. When you're in my course, you can message me anytime, email or Facebook Messenger. And I love doing this work with you guys and helping you course correct during it. But I can't do that to everyone who's not in the course, because you don't have the common language that we have once you're in my course. So, if I gave you some tools and said, change your story, use this process, you'd be like, what? But once you're in the course, it really works and it's really easy. Aloha from Hawaii. Hi from Chicago. So let's see, what other questions do you have? And I just need to remind you that this is the last time that you'll have access to this. It's called the Radical Transformation Journey. So it's the 2 courses. It's a Facebook group. You can participate in the Facebook group or not. And it's 2 calls per month with me, 2 live group coaching calls with me. Those live group coaching calls, you can listen to the recording or come live, but they keep you plugged in and they hold you accountable to get through all of this content. So many like myself need education. You're right, Peggy. You know what? I mean, I've been coaching these teams and I'm thinking about putting together a coach's certification, like a mindset and manifesting coach's certification, because I realize that people don't get mindset work to the degree that I do, because I've been doing it for 30 years. I've been learning from all the best. I've been applying it into my own life. I've been, studying it from every different angle. And now I can confidently say that I know it to such a high degree that I could have this conversation with anyone in the mindset field. Mindset, manifesting, happiness, personal growth, athletics, entrepreneurship. I could have and wellness and health and biohacking. I can have a high level conversation on any one of those things, because I've been doing it for so long. And so I talked to coaches. I just got asked to speak at Running Man, which I'm so excited for. It's Jesse Itzler and Sarah Blakely's event in Georgia. It's next September. And there are Olympic athletes there. And there are, big keynote speakers there. And I've spoken all over the world. But I'm going to speak at this thing. And I'm going to speak with these Olympic athletes. And I know that I can hold my own when it comes to mindset and manifesting. That I can share through stories and I can share through real life examples of how powerful mindset and manifesting is. And so it's that important, it's that powerful, and once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. Somebody said, can you get more information on your coaching? So as soon as we're done with this, you can comment the word holidays or holiday, and we'll send you the link to find out more information about this radical transformation journey. Or I'll add it to the link in my bio too. But this is the end. This is the last week you can sign up for this year. I don't know when I'll be hosting my radical transformation journey again next year yet. We don't have the year planned, but this is it for this year. And it's an amazing group of women who have already joined for this round, for this November round. I was saying that about people don't know this on this degree because it's so prevalent and people ask me all the time. So I'm really strongly considering not only writing a book about mindset. Well, I already wrote books about mindset, but specifically for athletes, and doing a coach's training, because like this woman said, we need this. People don't get this. We're not taught this. I just saw, Jordan Peterson, who I love, talking in a reel the other day, and he was like, no one ever told you, and no one taught you when you were young, that you have the capacity inside of you to serve the world and reach a different level inside of yourself and contribute to life in a bigger way, and contribute to yourself in a bigger way, and to contribute to your family in a bigger way than you ever know. No one ever sat you down and taught you that and told you that. And he's so right. Like, we're not taught this, that you get to decide how you want your life to be, and then you get to make it that way. I tell my kids this all the time, and it's like, it still doesn't even sink in with them to the degree that I wish it did. You get to decide how you want your day to be, and you get to make it that way. You get to decide how you want your health to be, and you get to make it that way. You get to decide how you want your relationship to be, and you get to make it that way. It goes on and on and on. You get to decide how you want your life to be, and you get to make it that way. Do you need new tools? Yes. Do you need to remove obstacles? Yes. Does it take a lot of work? Yes. But it's the truth, and it's available to everyone. It's not reserved for special people. I've manifested everything that I have ever dreamed of, and I'm manifesting so much more. And I'm no different than you. I'm not special in any way. I've just been studying this stuff for a long time, and it doesn't have to take you a long time. I've been studying this stuff for a long time, and I have applied it. And I teach it because I want to learn more of it. Like, that's why I started teaching this 30 years ago. And now that I'm saying this, I'm thinking, once I end this live, I don't think that I will have access to these comments where I can send you the link. Darn it. Let me see if I can grab the link real quick. On my WhatsApp channel. Copy. Let me see. Can I paste this here? There you go. There's the link. I just shared it on Facebook. I don't know if I can, I think if I swipe out on Instagram, I'll close this. Yes, can I manifest good health? Is it possible with changing my mindset? It's 90% mindset. The mindset has to be there. People that heal from radical things have one common thing. They believe that they can. It all starts with mindset. It's available to you. Perfect health is available to you on the spiritual plane. You have to get there on the mental plane in order to receive it in the physical plane. And, you know, I highly recommend Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, his book, You Are the Placebo. It teaches you about the power of your mind and healing your body. Fascinating. And it's just like I believe that we all know this, like deep at our core on a soul level. It's just proving it to us on the human level. Great. Just checking your messages. I just have your chats. I just have like 5 more minutes. So I shared the link on the Facebook. A lot of you had commented holidays and wanted that link. I just learned how to do a link. I want your help to teach me. Let's see. What else? What other questions do you guys have? First time here. Where can I get information on your coaching? You got that now. Okay, ladies. I wish that I could remind you of your light and your power. I wish that I could convince you that it's not that hard, that you're worthy and deserving. I wish that I could jump into your lap and give you the biggest hug and tell you that like life is meant to be easier than you're making it. I wish that I could remove all the obstacles that are in your mind, all of the negative thoughts, all of the self-imposed limiting beliefs. I wish I could remove all those so that you could see the light of who you really are and that you could start living a life that you're more wildly excited about. Because it's available and it's not far away from you. It's not, we always focus on how far we are from here to there, but you don't focus on how far you've come and how far you've already made it, on all the things that you've been through and all the tools that you've used, and they've led you to now, and now you need more tools and coaching and community and accountability in order to keep going forward. How long does it take to reach your goal or wait for what you manifested on? It takes how long it takes. And you have to love what is, and you have to enjoy the journey. Like, I was thinking that my book, 2 years ago was going to get a traditional publisher. And it took 2 years. But now looking back, do I care that it took 2 years? No. And it's not launching for another 1.5 years. And I'm totally fine with that. it's okay. Imagine if I was like, "Ugh, I'm not okay that it hasn't happened yet. I'm not okay that it hasn't." No. Doing the work means that you're okay no matter what in the journey. Being happy in the journey and using all your tools and, getting to decide how you want your day to go and making it that way every day, you then don't need that manifestation anymore. And then that's when you're closer to it, and that's when you get it. The power is in the process. The power is in the process. So I shared the link on Facebook. I'll add it to my bio and Instagram. I attended your masterclass and would love to know more about your program. Great. I shared the link here, Karen, and I will, I'm recovering from surgery and will be physically incapacitated for this foreseeable. So you need this work more than ever. When we but ourselves, but it's the holidays. But I'm in physical pain. But when we but ourselves, we're only delaying the habits and patterns that we know don't serve us, and we are asking for more of it. And in 3 months or 9 months or 1 year, you're going to be in the exact same place. So you don't have to wait 2 years or 3 years for a career. You can manifest a job tomorrow. I manifested every job that I've ever wanted, even during times when there was no jobs available. I manifested dream job after dream job after dream job because I decided what I wanted. I ruthlessly went after it until I had it. You don't have to wait 2 to 3 years for a career. No, you can get a job tomorrow that can lead to that dream career. So yes, Kara, now is the time. I mean, I invest in myself in every way, instantly, and always have, with some resistance when I was younger, but now with zero resistance, because I know that when I invest my money in myself and my growth creates more money for myself. It's very cyclical. And again, this is $1,000 5-month group coaching container that ends with a one-on-one call. It's a no-brainer, small investment. I know it's all relative, but $111 and you can start getting results in your life. I wanted to make this a real hell yes for people. So again, I know you don't know how to look into this yet, but I'll share the link in my bio. And if you get this as the recording, as the replay, you can comment the word holiday and I will DM you the link. So I wish I could, I was on this wish I could rant. But I wish I could help you wake up to your true power and remember that you are a soul who woke up in a human body today. And that alone is so incredibly special and precious. You have the ability to decide how you want your life to be and to make it that way. It's 100% your responsibility. Where you are now may not have been your fault, but it's your responsibility going forward. You get to choose. And through your decision, you place orders. And you can have and be and do anything you want in this life. With the right tools and the right support and the right coaching, you can get there, and fast. So if you're interested in my 5-month radical transformation journey group coaching container, comment the word holiday below and I'll DM it to you after this recording's over. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a great day. Get out of your own way and take your power back. Okay, bye. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here.